O'Neill clothing brand. You know it from Kohl's and maybe Marshall's in the clearance section. If you want more Street Fight Radio, head over to patreon.com. We do a lot more than just the show. We've got a zine that we put out every month. We've got bonus videos. We've got bonus audio. So patreon.com/Street Fight Radio is your place to get your fix of more Street Fights content. We also have available the Gumball t-shirts. They are in stock. Injury to Gumballs and Injury to All, or Gumball's a stupid asshole. You can find them at store.streetfightradio.com. They're just $25 with like $3 shipping. And they are 100% union made and union printed shirts. So you can't get a better deal than that. $25 for all that. For all that fair wage.
Yeah, for all that fairness. $25 for all that fairness? Get the fuck out of town, Brett.
We are getting prints made of the West Coast tour poster. You saw an obelisk from Instagram is the designer for that. We're going to get a poster going. That's going to be, we're going to have those with us when we hit the West Coast. So that's going to be cool too.
Yeah, the posters are cool. I love them. I love them. You get an obelisk some cash. You know, me and Brett, we're going to make money. We're fine. But an obelisk isn't going to make any money off this tour unless you buy their damn posters.
That's true. We have a deal. So everybody gets paid evenly.
Right.
It's saying mics are off.
No, they're back on.
Oh, got it.
I get money for not doing anything for the tour, basically. Well, I guess I write it. But other than that, that's very easy to do. We were just saying, we split the posters into 3. I'm like, I had nothing to do with that poster. But, you know, without the me, there's not the thing. And then that's the way
it goes to Street Fight. It doesn't go to you.
Right. I'll end up with some money, though.
Sure.
I look good tonight. Somebody was saying I look intense today. I think I look nice. This is my new look.
You look like a floating head.
I am wearing all black. I do wear all black a lot now. A few years ago, my wife was like, all you wear is fucking black and gray. You should start wearing more colors. So I did for years. I didn't buy a single black fucking shirt. But then I got a free Sheer Mag shirt that was black. And I wore it until it was gray. And I was like, yep, I'm going to buy a bunch of black clothes again. So now I wear a bunch of black clothes again. And I love it. Makes me look good. I do look like a rapper. Thank Archduke Franz.
For those of you listeners that hit your bong alongside of me as we do the show, I've got some real gushy Girl Scout cookies right now.
Yep.
Very good shit. Slow burning, juicy shit.
Yep. So, we're leaving on Friday.
I know.
Leaving Ohio.
Flying all the way to Seattle, Washington.
And driving all the way down that damn coast.
Yep.
It's a lot longer than we thought it was.
And you know what?
Everything was scrunched together up there, and it's not.
I got good news.
What?
We found a place in Los Angeles. It's called The Virgil. We're doing an early show. Doors are at 7. Show is at 8. January 12th. It's on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yeah.
Which means we can listen to that Sheryl Crow song over and over again and look at each other and point when it says Santa Monica Boulevard.
When the sun comes up. Well, I'm not going to be up when the sun comes up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, I try to get to sleep before the sun comes up. And sleep all the way through that. When the sun's in that phase, I don't need to see that.
Okay.
So let's do some stuff, dude. Let's do some stories, I think. I think that would be the
stories?
Yeah. I know the Virgil is a podcasting venue, by the way, which is a really good name for a podcasting venue. Like if it was in Texas, it would be better. But yeah, the Virgil is a perfect name for a podcasting venue, I think. One of the most famous podcasters is actually a Virgil.
That's true.
Ah, man. My first news story I go to has got a 404 page.
Great.
I guess, let's do this. We will look at this thing I left out last week from the Gateway Pundit. He is a conservative.
Okay.
Well, this is by Cassandra Fairbanks, this article, which I know her from the internet. She is crazy. She is one of those conservatives. I think she's a trad mom. You know what trad moms are?
Right.
Trad wife.
Trad wife.
I think she's like a trad wife person. Now, don't get me wrong. I might be exactly wrong. But, you know, Deranged leftists have been sending triple amputee veteran Brian Colfage mountains of abuse after he was trashed by the Daily Beast, Jimmy Kimmel, Alyssa Milano, and other high-profile liberals.
Okay.
The hate mail provided to the Gateway Pundit contains appalling statements such as people asking if his brain was amputated too. And then another one, the other one's bad, and telling him to commit suicide, wishing harm upon his children, and mocking him for his lost limb. So what this guy did was...
Damn.
This guy did not deserve to get... I mean, he deserved this. Here's the thing about him. He is the guy that's doing the GoFundMe for the wall. Do you know the GoFundMe for the wall?
Yeah.
He's the guy that made that $7 million GoFundMe. It said on Thursday, Kimmel used his show to trash the nearly 260,000 people who have donated nearly $16 million to the GoFundMe in less than a week, calling them dopey people and saying they're dipping into their meth money, which is rude.
Wow.
I hate that. Jimmy Kimmel... They're not meth people, dude. They're business people. They have $16 million. They're not dipping into some meth money or food stamps or whatever you're insinuating. That's not happening. These are people that already have a landscaping business or that already have an eBay business or that that's who those
CFO of a very small company.
Yeah, come on. Let's put the blame where it's at. Let's stop blaming poor people. Poor white people is who they blame for this thing. Can you believe that? I mean, there are a lot more of them, maybe, but I mean, it's crazy to me don't do the meth jokes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Uh-oh. Should we start over?
No, we don't have to start over. It's just both mics are picking up both voices. So
Can we move to the other side of the table? Let's move. It's easier to look at you anyway, and we'll start the show over.
We don't have to start it over, do we? Jay can cut it.
The cameras hooked up. I think that we just have to put one microphone in the middle of you two guys for now until we get the things for some reason.
Until we get a
Both
shield?
microphones.
We need a microphone shield.
Yeah. You guys for right now.
Okay.
And,
Our mics are too good. That's the issue here, right? Is that better? Does this sound better?
you guys, just talk towards the same mic and we'll be good.
All right. I unplugged my mic now. It's unplugged. So it doesn't echo anymore. God, man, we got this 2 Yeti system here.
Not working so far.
It's not. It's the second week in a row we had to share mics. For Pete's sake. I don't like sharing. One man told the veteran he believes the loss of his limbs while fighting in his country was pre-karma. That's just people misunderstanding what karma is.
Yeah, people don't quite understand it at all.
But I mean, if you're a guy, were they supposed to be respectful to this guy? Is this a guy you're supposed to be respectful to?
I don't know. People don't like when we talk about the troops because they always remind us that a lot of poor people are the troops too.
Who doesn't like? Get out of here. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing that.
What?
That people don't like it when we talk about the troops.
We have a lot of troop listeners too.
Sorry, troops. I didn't mean to say that. I was just being facetious. No,
Josh is a troop.
Yeah, but he doesn't get mad about that stuff.
Right.
He's always like, yeah, I kind of agree with you. We're not being mean to, I just think that like, if you're a guy that's made a GoFundMe to raise $16 million for that fucking wall, I hate you. You know,
sure.
Like I hate you and I don't care if you get hate mail. Right. And they do this all the time. I got some person mad at me earlier this week with my name is Earl. His name on Twitter was like, my name is Earl, and it had Earl from My Name is Earl as his avatar. And he was mad because I made fun of the people that tried to get pizza for the police. Like, So they ordered a pizza from Domino's to give to the police. They were like, we're going to order this pizza. And can we have it for the delivery, for the pickup charge, even though we're having it delivered to the police station? And they said no. So they took to Facebook and wrote this like tirade about how people don't respect the police anymore, when it's like, you're the ones that are always sticking up for business, you know? So I don't feel bad for anybody who is that racist and xenophobic that gets hate mail. I don't think.
Okay.
These people are so sensitive about this stuff. This guy just got $16 million. And the government can't take his $16 million. Where's that $16 million going to go? Is some Minutemen going to go down there and build the wall?
Is that what he got the money for?
Yeah, to build the fucking wall. He wants to give the government the money to build the fucking wall. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, Brett. I just don't like it. So, that guy, he's getting some vile hate mail. And by the way, anytime you cross these conservative people, you get vile hate mail too. Like the stuff I get from them
But you don't
is
want to be
evil
like
too.
them. Do you want to be like them? I mean, it's a waste of time, and I think it's pretty ugly.
It is.
It's bad for your spirit.
It's
like
bad
when
for
you
your
use, like when you use dark magic and it makes you age. You know?
Yeah, I
You
get.
ever played that video game mechanic?
I didn't know that dark magic made you age.
Yeah, that's why you end up looking like a fucking skeleton by the end of it, because you can just zaps the life force out of you.
Okay. Well, let's check out this other organization. This is something I got from patch.com.
What is that?
I don't fucking know. They're all different websites. People send me stuff. I just see them. Uh-oh. Okay, I just see stuff. A man has been kicked out of a local political organization after he called the 2 fallen police officers who were hit by a train stupid in a tweet.
Okay.
His comment has sparked outrage, and his former employers have worked quickly to denounce him. Carl Nyberg has been forced to step down from his position with the group Northside Democracy for America. So he works for Northside Democracy for America after he made fun of CPD officers who got hit by a train. Marmello and Conrad Gray. In response to a report by Block Club Chicago, Nyberg tweeted, 2 people too stupid to avoid getting hit by a train were given firearms and the authority to kill people by the Chicago Police Department. It's mean. It's not something I would post. I wouldn't post that. I probably not.
Yeah, I mean, you're really going for it.
That's a mean one. But he's being a goofball, man.
He kind of has a point. I mean, maybe they were getting a little too cocky on the job or something.
They thought they could just get out of the car and go, halt.
Yeah.
Halt,
stay
train.
Stay off the tracks. What did they die for? I think, like, what stupid cause did they die for, do you think? Like, fair jumping or something?
I don't know.
Somebody was taking a shit underneath one of the platforms?
I don't know. Why were they sitting on a Metro train, electric district track? Who knows, man? The comments Carl made on his personal Twitter account regarding the 2 fallen CPD officers were inconsistent with the essential humanity we as an organization seek to be the foundation for public policy and the basic decency and respect we so desperately need in our public discourse. So he got kicked out of his book club for a tweet, which is weird.
Yeah, it's
at the very he's in.
I mean, it has consequences, right?
Your tweets do have consequences.
Tweets have consequences
For real. Like, we've seen it happen time and time again. But getting kicked out of your book club for making a joke about your leftist book club?
Just go to a more radical book club. Right?
I know. You just need to join a more...
Just find a more radical group.
We'll start a book club one of these days you can join, and those kinds of things, you'll be able to say them. I mean, like I said, it's like, I don't like making fun of people who die that much. I like making fun of people who are dead. Like Abe Lincoln and shit like that, and like Thomas Jefferson. I like making fun of them, but I don't like making fun of people who die, like right after they die. What is like the period before you can like make a joke about that? Because I don't want to be making fun of I don't even make fun of cops after they get shot. Because I think it stinks when somebody gets shot in the head, period. Like, I just died. There is not...
It's like the worst
I don't like
scenario.
It. Yeah. I'm not fond of it. And I think that, like... so I try to stay away from that stuff. And this guy probably should have done that. It's like... If you don't value life... Like it's one of those, like, valuing life sort of things. And you can see... But I also think that, like, if your book club... Kicking you out of a book club seems like such a harsh... Like...
Just because you're too callous.
They
think it's going to affect the way you read the books.
Right. Yeah, he's just
your commentary is going to be so callous.
I know. And it's just like this minute thing, too. It's like Brett, I won't say where, but Brett got a ticket to a cooking class. Like, he got a cooking class for Christmas. And he's like all excited about it. What if this is basically the equivalent of them being like, no, Brett, you can't come to this cooking class because you do Street Fight. You know, like it's just such a small thing to take away from a guy. It's like probably very likely 100% of the human interaction he gets every week.
Yeah. I don't know why we can't resolve it.
I don't either. They kicked his ass out, man.
Why is it being reported on? Is this what Patch.com?
Patch.com is in there.
Petty book club fights?
These personal tweets were demeaning to the 2 officers killed in the line of duty, hurtful to their grieving families, and insulting to the friends they leave behind.
No, but they didn't do it to their face.
I know.
Though. You dug it up and fucking showed it to them.
I know.
Some guy tweeted on his account that probably has 85 followers. And now you're dragging it around and letting everybody know.
The amount of like news stories that are just about a tweet are so weird to me because of just like everybody who's been on Twitter for more than 6 months has posted, for more than 1 month, has posted something they wish they didn't post. Within week 1, I posted things that I was like, oh, I've grown since then.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have posted that.
For sure.
It's just like the way that medium, what that medium is intended for and the way that people use it isn't conducive to like holding people super accountable to like that kind of, it's such a fleeting thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's such a fleeting moment when you type a tweet. It's not, I don't put a ton of thought into it. I probably feel bad, you know, if I made somebody's family feel bad, but you know, by association, these comments were also unfairly damaging to the representation of NDFA volunteers, our voting members, and associated campaigns, many of whom have taken to social media to express their personal anger and disgust. Nyberg, a former volunteer for Alderman John Arena's campaign, was quickly denounced by Arena, who called the tweet astounding and disgusting. So they got like guys that run a company. Like, I'm going to look at how many followers this guy has. Let's look at how many followers this dude has. 3,243, but he follows 3,026 people.
Okay,
so
he's a follow for follow.
Yeah, roughly 7 people
he's
are
probably
looking at
gotten
his tweets.
a bunch from people that are like, I need some of that edgy shit, man. Finally someone saying the stuff I like on Twitter.
That would be funny if it was like just people like
He
jumped
blew
on.
up.
He blew up because people were like, I need some Andrew Dice Clay style shit, man. I need the good stuff. So yeah, they kicked this guy out. That's a bummer, you know. The Chicago Police Department, somebody in the chat said, is CPD the scariest police department in the U.S.?
They had those black sites. That's the most recently they had like warehouses they kept people in.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Can I ask you this? LAPD.
Oh man, always bad.
They scare me.
Yeah.
We're going to LA next week, and I'm scared of the LAPD. Well, I'm white, so they're not going to do anything to me. But you know, like the LAPD is the one, right? That is to us in Ohio. But Columbus Police Department's bad. You know?
Oh, it is.
They're real bad.
All the time.
All the police departments are bad.
Now that I think about it, all cops are bad.
I know. ACAP. Well, let's try to figure this out though on the air. Like, who is the scariest to you? Who do you think of as the scary? I can tell you who mine are. It's not LAPD. When we went to Dallas to visit Brett, and when he lived there, we went to the state fair, and the Dallas police looked fucking terrifying to me because they were like a lot of like older dudes with like cowboy hats and the mirrored glasses, and just they ain't gonna run, dude. They're not the running type. They're just gonna shoot you. Right. I think Texas.
They were standing on pedestals too.
Right, and I think Texas is the state that I'm most scared of. I feel scared of Texas. We're talking about doing a tour in March in Texas, and we're gonna drive from Dallas to Houston to Austin, and I'm just like, we're gonna get pulled over with weed, and the cop is gonna fucking take our car from us. Right. Like, because Texas is the place where the cops are powerful, right?
Yeah, for sure.
New Jersey and New York are pretty big.
That's
time
what they
too.
get all those seizures and shit. There's like those towns where they were just robbing people blind for driving around with cash in their car.
Yeah. Ghost of Ghost Dad said police in the Deep South scared the shit out of them. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I never had any significant interactions with them.
Yeah, we haven't done that tour yet. So I think that like when we do that tour, we'll probably get nervous with them. I know a buddy of mine went down to Myrtle Beach. And I don't know if that's the deep south. It's the south, though. A buddy of mine went down to Myrtle Beach, and he got fucking pulled aside and told to stop cussing at the like parties and stuff, saying that cussing in public is illegal. That's a scary cop.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I like that.
I think the LAPD scares me the most, really. They seem like the most active and the most movies written about them.
A lot of songs about them, too.
A lot of songs
they
about
got a
them.
bad reputation.
Yeah.
NYPD did fucked up stuff too, and still does, but
they got murals for those guys.
Everybody loves them. When you go there, it's covered NYPD fucking everywhere. Every street corner sells NYPD clothing.
Right. New York is, I would say New York has the most love for their police. I've never seen a place where I haven't yet been to a place where they were so proud of their police.
Yeah. Correct.
than the New York City. They are like, there's murals, there's signs everywhere. There's just stuff reminding you that the NYPD is fucking everywhere. And there's not another place like that. Yeah. I don't think.
Not that I've been to.
No. And New York is where they were like stationing reserve men with machine guns in the subways for a little bit after 9/11 and stuff. Like, New York is full on just like, let's just do a police state, man. I'm sure there's a huge portion of people there that are like, let's see what they can do. Yeah, yeah. So, I told a story earlier this week about a guy I wanted to talk about. Back when I worked at the cable company, I knew this guy. While we're still talking about cops, we're going to talk about business here in a minute. I worked with this guy, and I worked with this guy at the cable company, and he knew a cop. He was friends with a cop. Big mistake, right? He was like, I want to do a ride along. Let's see if I want to try this out. Maybe watch my buddy bust some heads.
Was he was just being goofy, or?
I don't know if he wanted to be a cop. I think he just wanted to see what cops do during the day. He wanted to see, he's basically like, let's go see some fucked up shit, right? You know? So he decides he's going to go with the cops. He sets up a ride along, and to do a ride along, you have to get a check, and you got to get a few things done before you can go. And he got all that done. And when he showed up to do the ride along, they arrested him because he had a bench warrant.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not, because he was supposed to come back to work the next day, and they were like, he can't come back to work. He's in jail.
Oh, God.
Because they arrested his ass.
Yeah, don't mess with them. How do you not? I would never give a cop my ID.
Well, he had to.
Well, that's what I mean. I wouldn't do a situation where I had to give him my ID.
Well, I had another buddy that did get to do, like, he got paid, he had a cop in his family, and he got paid a little bit of money to go and pretend to be a rioter.
Okay.
At like a thing.
Did they get beat up or something?
I don't think they might.
They do like a little just pull their punch type thing.
Yeah, like tap, you're beat up.
Collarbone.
Yeah.
Forehead. Yeah, they
just had him throwing shit.
Their little stance.
They just had him stand in like a parking lot and throw shit at the cops. And then the cops had to, sort of move in on him and beat him up. But, like, he didn't get in any trouble. I just think it's funny that, like, your friend is the guy that they brought you in and didn't tell you they were going to arrest you, too. Like, that's who these cops are, is people, man.
Like, sorry, man. You got to do my job.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. I got to bring you in and arrest you.
I'm doing you a favor. You can get it taken care of.
Yeah. So... yeah, that was crazy to me, though. I don't know why you would ever want to be... do a ride-along, but it seems like a bad idea to me. It's like somebody wanted us to watch Cops on the Undercover Boss stream sometime, which is technically probably a good idea, but I can just imagine, when I started thinking about what the jokes would be, it would vacillate. I think that's a word. It would go between me saying, this is fucked up, I hate this. Yeah. And also, leave this person alone. Yeah. This is fucked up. I can't do it. I don't want to watch Cops. I hate it. It never made me feel good.
Can't we solve this a better way? That's what I would be saying.
Yeah. Did Cops ever...
Who is this helping?
Yeah. Was Cops ever something that, like, you looked at as, like, good?
Did I look at it as...
Yeah, were you like a guy that watched Cops for a period? I did for a period.
No, I watched it as a kid. My family was a Cops family.
Oh, yeah.
But as an adult, I didn't watch it. I never got into Cops.
We watched Too Hot for TV a lot growing up. We used to like watching the sobriety check part of it, where like they would just show different people failing a sobriety check. And there was this one where this guy was like, they were telling him to walk a line, and he kept pointing to the ground and saying, "It ain't level." Like he kept telling him it wasn't level, and they were like, "It's level." He's like, "It ain't," and I'm like, "It's not." I trust him. I believe him that it's not level. I'm sorry. Level. Yeah, I mean, that's so funny to me to think about. Like, somebody once told me that one of the sobriety checks is to say your alphabet forward and backwards. Right. And I don't think I can do that. Like, I don't know what all the tests are because I've never been tested. Have you ever been tested?
I haven't.
How have you gotten out of being tested?
I'm just smooth. I mean, I just don't make the dumb decision.
Yeah. And I
just know when to pull. I just know right when it's too much, you know?
Oh, yeah. I've never had the check. I don't feel like, it seems, I don't know. Like, the breathalyzer seems unfair to me. I think I'm more on board with the, like, feats of strength.
Like the physical competition.
Yeah. If you can pass that, you should be legal to drive.
I thought, you know what? I always thought that the alphabet forwards and backwards was just to try to trick you into saying, I couldn't even say that if I was sober.
Oh, that might be it, dude.
Yeah, it's just to get people to do that automatic response and say that.
Fucking cops, man. The fucking worst. You want to watch a video, Brett?
Yeah, we can watch videos now.
Yeah, we want to do a video on this show that we got. We're going to talk some business. We're talking business, folks.
Yeah, a new business commercial came out. I wish I would.
A new business commercial. We got this new business commercial.
Yeah,
it's a commercial for business.
Street Fighter is taking a big turn in 2019. We're going to talk about business. Big business.
We love business. I've been watching *Halt and Catch Fire*, and somebody is like, "I really like the computer stuff," and I was like, "I gotta tell you, I like the business stuff too. I didn't even know business was like that."
Oh, cutthroat.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about. I don't know shit about business.
About mergers,
mergers, boards, stocks,
buyouts,
IPOs,
dividends,
buyouts. Yeah, none of that stuff. I don't know none of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video.
This is Clive Owen from *Children of Men and Shoot 'Em Up*.
Yeah, Clive Owen from *Children of Men and Shoot 'Em Up*. I'm gonna full screen it for the people on video. Don't worry, you don't need to see this for it to be good.
We have got a problem. A few problems, actually.
We're overproducing,
overcrowding,
and overheating.
We've got aging roadways, aging power grids, aging everything.
Kind of bumming me out, Clive Owen.
No, wait, gets worse. We also have the age-old problem of bias in the workplace.
Really? Never heard of it.
Seriously, it's all over the
I've
news.
heard of it.
The question is, who's going to fix all of this? An actor? Probably not. But you know who can solve it?
No! It can't!
That's right. The best-run businesses can make the world run better because solving big problems is what business does best. I'm doing good. It's just good business. Sorry. So let's grow more food with less water and make healthcare more healthy. It's okay. I'll play the doctor. What do we got here? Let's take on the wage gap, the opportunity gap, the achievement gap. Together we can tackle every elephant in the room and save the rhino while we're at it. Because whatever the problem, business can help. And I know who can help them do it.
Business is what got us here. Business is the only thing we've ever been allowed to do for like a few hundred years now. Yeah. So we need not business. We need some breathing room with some time away from business. It's fucking smothering all of our fucking endeavors. Business. Half the people are fucking starving out here, working, living paycheck to paycheck.
He just said business can save the rhinos.
Yeah,
and it's like, business killed the rhinos, man.
We can sell them to rich people as pets and clone them all, mate.
Why did they make that? Why did Clive Owen make that video, Brett? How much money did he get for that? Probably $1 million. No. He sold his soul for less than $1 million. I don't know what it is.
Who knows? I mean, why? But you're right. How do you do that? Do you do that and you just don't care, right? You've hit the point where you don't care.
Maybe it felt like at the beginning he was like, man, these are some real First of all, the racist problem of overpopulation, though, is like a little Come on, you don't have to bring that up every time.
Right.
But the overpopulation thing was in there, and for me, that's like that's always like a dog whistle to me because they never want to like call like Americans. You know what I mean? They never say Americans quit having babies. Not our problem. But
also the inequality in the workplace, that's just not moving. I mean, the internet is melting down as if workplaces have just been like smashed into equality and like the patriarchy is over, and like business is still the same old pervy
old men.
Yeah, Clive Owen looking fucking vampire business people.
When you say like also like bias in the workplace is like business. Like the workplace is business.
Yeah.
Like business isn't going to solve business. Like it's
this is just saying like, hey, you ever heard that phrase business as usual? It's fucking right. It is. We need more of it. More business as usual?
Maybe I was thinking like maybe it's possible that at the beginning of that commercial they were like, yeah, he's naming all these problems, man. He's got all these problems. And then he thought there was going to be like a good solution. And they were like, no, the next part is where you say it's business. And he was like, oh, fudge. And I already signed a contract. I have to do this one.
What if he was in like the mirror before and he's like, come on, Clive. You know, there's like business, and then there's like business. You know what I mean?
Well, there had to be
business. We need something real.
Somebody did have a conversation with him in the small period of time that I've been doing what I do. People will have conversations with you to make things that you're gonna do, or like you can just get very convinced of stuff. Like I don't know. There's been times where like I don't know. It's just you never think about who you're working for, I guess, in a weird way. We do.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe too much, and we think too much. But maybe he just doesn't even think of who he's working
just paid for. He's getting money.
Yeah, I got a bunch of money to say it's business. It just sucks that you put your face on that, Clive Owen. You're in one of my favorite goddamn movies. You're in Shoot 'em Up, dude.
I know.
Star of Shoot 'em Up is out here talking about business.
Children of Men. Nothing finer has been made in a while.
I haven't seen that one, so but business. That's gonna solve our problems.
Business.
We need
more of it.
More business, more and better business.
Healthcare. We need to make more money on healthcare, I think.
That one was real good because it really was like business has severely fucked healthcare up.
Yeah.
And like he's not doing that he's not doing that commercial where the NHS is. You know, that's a commercial for in the United States where business, like nobody wants to hear business with their healthcare now.
No.
That's the problem with it. 100% of the problem with healthcare is business.
Don't mix your business with my healthcare.
Please, thank you. Yes.
Please.
Yes. So
separate sides of the plate.
That was a fun commercial, Brett.
Yeah.
Brett sent that to me, and I was like, oh, we can play that on the show. That's a funny one. That'll get a rise out of everybody, right?
For sure.
So... good business commercial. I'm loving it. Let's talk about this vape store.
Ooh.
Did you hear about the vape store, Brett?
I did.
All right.
Mixed emotions.
Let's talk. You have mixed emotions about the vape store?
Well, not really.
Okay. So an expletive-laden shouting match erupted at the Exhale City Vape Shop in Tucker, Georgia. And between an employee and a customer wearing a MAGA hat. And a Trump sweatshirt.
Jesus.
Customer Ian Ferguson claims the employee asked him to leave after seeing his Trump-supporting clothing. Ferguson filmed the encounter, which shows the employee cursing and demanding that he leave the store. Now, it's cool. Okay. It's funny to kick the guy out. When you wear those shirts in public, you know what you're asking for. You know you're starting trouble. When you're wearing your band t-shirt and it's Donald Trump, a guy that like more than half of the country hates, with a passion, you wear that shirt, you're kind of asking to get screamed at.
Sure.
Because some people are like, I don't scream at people who wear MAGA hats. I just give them dirty looks. But there are other people who are like really fucking mad.
Not going to have it.
Yeah, they're not having it. Do you want to listen to this video?
Yeah,
Let's see if we can hear this video. We can watch it on the stream. Let's see. Let's see what's going on this video. Oh, there's an ad first, so we'll have to wait a second.
Great.
For commercials. We just play. It's like, hey, buddy, we just played a
Why'd
goddamn
you click on
commercial.
it?
Because I thought we'd be able to get past it.
No, they want you to see it.
But I'm trying to turn it off, man.
We didn't know about this. We didn't even think about playing videos like this and dealing with this. So we have to do an anti-advertisement.
Well, this is for a college. And they can't hear it. Don't go to WGU, okay?
Yeah, that's a bad college.
Okay, here we go.
Here's where you're at.
Leave the store.
Here's
Leave
where,
the store.
Here's where
Leave the store. Oh, I don't give a.
Okay.
Get out, dude.
Go ahead, take another swing at it. Make contact
Oh,
with me.
what a
one more time.
geek.
I'm gonna make a deal with you. I want to purchase that vape juice. If you sell it to me.
I'm pausing. Make contact with me. Hit me. I want to purchase that vape. I want to go back to that because it was really funny. It's such a two dudes getting into a fight thing.
Yeah, you gotta make me hit me first, and then I'm gonna unleash hell.
Yeah, let's get this. Yeah, you can put it on full screen. Yeah. Let's get this. Let's see it. Let's see it again.
I want to purchase that vape juice. If you sell it to me, I will. If you sell it to me.
No! No! Go! Get the off of here, man! You can't stand your racist.
Yeah.
I can't stand you, racist motherfucker.
He said, I can't stand you racist motherfuckers. I agree with him. I can't stand them either, dude. I want to kick them out of my store. If I had a store, if you came in with a MAGA hat on, I would kick you out. At my vape store, where I swear on my vape and my gun. But I love how screaming this guy is.
Passionate.
It's beautiful. This is activism, baby.
This is a passionate voter.
Do y'all call this praxis?
Yeah.
Racist.
Yeah!
Mister, I'm not a racist.
He's wearing some racist Trump bullshit.
You calling the cops?
I'm not serving you one now.
Oh, he's not going to serve him.
Here we are at Exhale Vapor City in Tucker, Georgia, and I have just been asked to leave the store. He greeted me. That was nice. I did find the item that I wanted, and the next thing he said was that he'd like me to leave.
If you do not stop recording in my store, I'm going to call the police and ask you to leave now.
Oh my God!
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
man.
Call Fox 5 and all sorts of stuff. I would like to purchase something here.
So they
Please do call your
apologize.
boss
Let's
because I
pause.
will be calling corporate.
Exhale City does not tolerate this kind of behavior from its employees. When we identified the employee at fault, we fired him immediately. Ah, BS.
Damn
He was
it.
having feelings, guys.
Yeah.
Like, what's this shit?
So he, probably one of his buddies just, got in some fucking trouble with immigration or something.
Somebody in the chat did point out that he's wearing bootleg MAGA stuff.
Who?
The guy in the
yeah,
picture
yeah.
because it's
No,
black.
he's got the flea market stuff.
So,
Go for it.
Sell it to me. Sell it to me. Come on. Ring it up.
Look at this,
Ring it up
another
and
guy
you
in the
don't
store
ruin your
that's
life.
like-
That's where you're at right now. Because you're done upset me.
All right, I do love the insistence that if a customer walks in the store, you have to do everything they say, right?
I just like when he said, make contact with me. I dare you to make contact with me, okay? Swing at me. Because that's what they think. They think that the law is like, if you hit me first, then I get to beat the crap out of you forever in your own store.
Yeah, it's justified.
And I mean,
I can do all the sick stuff I stay up all night thinking about.
I mean, the barefoot is legal thing is like they can kick you out of a store for being barefoot. You can take that out. Yeah, they can kick you out of the store for being barefoot. So they should. And personally, I agree with that. You know, that you should be able to kick somebody out of the store for being barefoot.
No, we weren't born with shoes. We shouldn't require people to have shoes.
Shirts?
No.
You're the fucking guy that said that people can't be naked.
No, I don't like bee-holes.
So in Brett's opinion, if you go out in pub, what if you wear a shirt long enough that it covers your pants parts?
That's fine. That's fine. What's wrong with that?
You're allowed to walk in.
That's a fun look.
Porky pigging. You're allowed to porky pig into the store.
Yeah. Just
you don't
get
mind
a tall
that.
tee, as long as it's a tall tee. Yeah, I don't mind that. People really do love those onesies. People would switch over to those things.
No, they wouldn't. It's a nightgown. I guess you could say it's a nightgown and get away with it. This is my nightgown. I want a nightgown. You can't kick me out. I wanted to wear my nightgown, and I'm wearing my nightgown.
This is a Nightmare Before Christmas long T-shirt that goes down to my knees and has black lace at the bottom.
I don't want it to go down to your knees. I just want your beans to be covered.
Right.
I don't care as long as it's just the beans are covered.
No, don't want to sit bare-assed on stuff. I don't want bare butts touching couches.
If your beans are covered, then your ass. Who cares? Who cares?
Bare butts are bad.
You've sat your bare ass on that couch up there at your house?
Have I?
I'm positive you have. I wasn't here or anything. I'm just guessing that I know you're a naked person.
Yeah.
And I'm
an underwear person. I like to feel like I'm a little wrapped up, like I still, have a package to unwrap.
I'm not a naked person, so you can rest assured if you're on my couch, unless the previous owners put their beehole on it, there's never been one there.
Plus, this place, my neighbors are like looking directly in my window.
True.
Like even when I go to take a fucking shower, I have to like jump in the air when I'm naked so that I just kind of like, try not to get seen.
You're so nice. I mean, but here's the thing. Getting back to where I was at about barefoot, it should be illegal and you shouldn't have to wear shoes into a store.
Okay.
And they can kick you out for not wearing shoes in a store, not wearing a shirt in a store. So it seems to me that it would be okay that if somebody walked into a vape store and then I didn't like their shirt, that I should be allowed to kick them out. And scream at him and say, fuck you. It's my joint, man. It's my place.
I agree, man. If I went into a place and somebody was like, fuck you, get the fuck out, I'd be like, all right. I mean, I don't like this energy in here. I think I'm going to leave, I'll see myself out then. If anybody treated me like that, why would I want to fucking shop there?
Yeah, I know. But
first, let me give you some money.
And there's 47 vape shops everywhere. Oh, yeah.
Exhale Vape Shop wasn't the most...
prestigious
name in town.
And the saddest thing about it is that employee came in every day and worked for that vape shop. He came in, he did his job, he sold his e-juices. He was
under a lot of stress, I think, though.
Well, there were two customers in the store. One of them was a MAGA guy that he was screaming at, and the other was like a black guy that was like, I'm not part of this, like, calling people racist thing. I know. He looked like, if the police come, they're probably going to shoot me.
Stop.
Just chill out here. But this guy's screaming in his vape shop, just leave. And, he gave his life to that vape shop. He loved that vape shop so much that he didn't want the doors darkened by the racist Trump supporters, right?
Yeah, from what I understand.
And again, I know he's the president of the United States, but walking in to a store, walking out of your house in a MAGA hat is a message that is being sent to people, and you're going for a reaction.
Trying to trigger the libs. I think you triggered a lib.
You triggered a lib at one, And he's just and it is
you
so
won a prize.
Yeah, and it's so weird to be there and saying like, no, just sell me the stuff, and he's gonna get him fired. He got him fired. Like they are proud. That's these MAGA chuds too. Just so proud to get somebody fired. We got him fired, man. We got rid of him.
Right.
Great. That's great. What a victory for us.
Right.
It's like, man, I hope you get another job at another vape shop. I love that though. I love that. I love that dude screaming. That was a good time for me. Let's look at this Rolling Stone article we got this week. Speaking of people losing their jobs, the federal government is shut down right now, Brett.
Okay, I heard that.
And what that means for us is I don't know. Tax returns gonna be late.
If we want to go to like Yosemite National Park or whatever, it's filled with shit and like trash. Because there's nobody cleaning it up, and it's just people rolling in and like pooping in the woods and.
The government fucking sucks, man.
Bunch of orangutans.
We should go clean that place up.
You want to go clean
Me and you on the
up?
way out, we'll just clean up Yosemite and be like, see, we don't even need to go. But so the government shut down. And it does affect a lot of people. And the way that it does is that a lot of them are not getting paid.
Yeah, no paycheck.
Not getting paid.
That's the biggest way to affect somebody.
And there's about 800,000 of them.
Yowzers.
And not getting paid fucking sucks. I don't know what I would do. If my wife didn't get paid for a month, if they were just like hold off, and I did see that there was one senator that said he highly doubts any federal workers are living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm like, dude,
yeah, that's most of us out here.
Yeah, and it's like I wonder if that affects contractors too, like because the government hires a shitload of contractors now and pays them shit. You know,
I don't know how that
works. Is the guy that works at the subway and the Pentagon allowed to come to work? You know, is that still happening? The Pentagon's always running. That never gets shut down.
Yeah,
the Pentagon is never part of a government shutdown.
Part,
yeah. So on Thursday, the Office of Personnel Management, the agency that oversees federal workers, tweeted a document with advice for the 800,000 furloughed federal workers who will not receive paychecks during the government shutdown. The document also included sample letters that federal employees can send to creditors explaining their situation and asking for reduced payments until they receive back pay. You think that's going to work?
No.
Maybe send your landlord. Maybe send your landlord just a letter and tell him, like, I can't pay.
My boss wrote you a note.
Yeah.
Why you don't get money.
I've never had a landlord that was understanding to the point where they're like, just don't sweat the rent. Like, they never.
They never once said that. They were like, you have 3 more days, and then we legally try to kick you out, and then after that, it's our fucking place.
I did have one, and she was just a woman that worked at the rental office in my first apartment, and I went in there, and I was like, we don't have the rent right now, but we'll be getting it, like, in a couple weeks, and she was like, let me tell you, they're going to send you a notice to vacate the premises. Don't worry about it. You still got like 3 months until that happens. And just make sure you catch up on your payments before the eviction and we'll let you stay. And I was like, all right.
Yeah,
and that's when I learned that notice to vacate the premises don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, it means something. It's like, it's basically the notice to vacate the premises is you need to start hustling to get this rent money.
Yeah, you need to seriously. Now's the time to get it together.
But I've never had... I would love to hear from an understanding landlord. I kind of think this every year. Maybe a good law or policy would be you live in a place for 12 months, but you only have to pay 11 months rent, and you get to skip a month, basically. You get to choose the month that you don't have to pay the rent, and maybe even the government subsidizes that 1 month of rent.
Okay,
because I think rent is everybody's biggest bill. Right?
For sure.
Rent or student loans, one of the two.
Yeah.
But rent is such a huge bill, and we all need somewhere to sleep, and sometimes we just can't get there. Sometimes you can't get your rent, especially when you work for the fucking government and some dude is holding it hostage so that he can build some crazy wall that is never going to happen.
Why does there need to be a piece of paper that says someone owns the fucking place when you're living there, you know?
That's true. People are going to... I mean, it's always funny when we start yelling about that. Like somebody had to pay for it to get it there, you know? But it's like, man, most of us are living in, like, disrepair. Like, so many of us are living in apartments.
It's been paid off ages. It's been paid off 2 and 3 times, most of these fucking places.
Paint's falling off the walls and stuff like that. You call and they don't do anything about it. They fix everything in the cheapest way possible so that it doesn't work.
This house probably cost $700 to build in 1901.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right.
And it's been paid off multiple times.
Right, yeah. Well, it's got a constant... But the rent thing is like... Even with mortgages, just give us a month, man. Can we get a month? Just 1 month? Where we don't have to pay the goddamn rent?
Yeah, sure.
That's fair. 1 month.
You think we can sell everybody on that?
I think Bernie Sanders
Reach
could.
Across the aisle.
I think Bernie Sanders' ass could go out there and be like, listen, 12 months in a year, 11 months rent. Get out of rent-free card. That's what I'm trying to do. Vote for me. And then he wins the election. I really do.
You just give it to them, and you just give them the card, and then your landlord files it with their taxes.
Right. You give the landlord the card, and then the landlord has to go to the government.
It's worth 1 month's rent.
Exactly. Exactly. Or maybe at the beginning of the year, they just mail you like a credit card with the amount of your rent on it that you can only give to your landlord, right? Or a check made out to your landlord's name with your rent on it, and you can just pay that shit, you know? I just want to pay 11 months of rent. This is my new thing. 11 months rent, 12 months in a year. The document also, the sample letters thing is ridiculous, by the way. Nobody's taking no sample letters, folks. The creditors don't fucking care. The hospital might. Hospitals are pretty nice creditors. I think of all the bill collectors, hospital bill collectors are the nicest ones, even though they have an immoral job. Yeah. Only because one time one of them called me, and I was like, I don't got money for that. And they were like, we'll just write it off then. And they just wrote it off. So that's like,
pretty cool.
All right, well, that worked out for me. So
the student loan person I dealt with was all right.
Yeah. In one of the sample letters, the agency encouraged workers to barter with their landlord for their rent by offering to perform maintenance, which we probably already do, in exchange for partial rent payments.
Oh, no. Hey, you don't have a job to go to. You can go work for your landlord.
Right.
Go work for your fucking apartment complex.
Federal workers are currently entering their 7th day without any pay, and OPM is advising them to contact creditors to negotiate lower payments until the shutdown ends and their pay is restored.
Dude, think about 1/4 of your money being gone for the month.
I know.
7 fucking days.
I mean, like when you talk about living paycheck, like everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know a lot of people with savings. You know, Brett was actually talking the other day that he was at like a thing and somebody was like bemoaning the fact that they haven't saved the amount of money.
Oh God, it was crazy, man. These holidays put you around, you know, people that you're not normally around and some liberal motherfuckers that really blew me away. And one of the things that this person said was, you know, I just feel so bad because I did a calculator and it said someone my age is supposed to have 3 times their, or like 2 times their salary in savings or something. And
so
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So if you're making, so let's say I'm making $20,000 a year right now, because that's an easy number. Not, you know, that's not what I'm making. I'm making about a few thousand more than that, to tell you the truth. So I'm making $20,000 a year, okay? And I'm 40 on January 18th. How much money do I need to have? $60,000 to $80,000 in my savings.
Yeah.
You don't know how much I got in my savings? $5.
The one that they won't let you take
They
out?
won't let me get that $5. I've tried 100 ways to get that $5. I don't want to cancel my savings account.
I just want that $5.
Because it feels good to know that I have a savings account. I'll never put another dime in it, though, because that $5 is stuck there. I'm like, you're holding on to my $5, and it pisses me off. That $5 hasn't moved up once either.
I do like cash advances to myself. So like I'll be like, all right, we're just gonna borrow $500 from. I have $500 in savings. And I'm like, okay, so we kind of overspent by $500. I'm gonna move $500 into savings, and then I'll pay it back into savings on the next paycheck. And then when Erica gets paid, I put $500 into savings, and then we accidentally spend over by $500. So then I have to do a cash advance again.
Let me give you my process, which is worse, and because it's me. I have what's called an overdraft line of credit. And it's because I kept overdrafting my account. They said, we'll give you a couple $1,000 so that when you overdraft, it'll catch that. If it's less than $2,000, then you won't owe any money. It's just $2,000. It's just like a line of credit on my bill. I get this, and I owe $1,800 on it. Well, I owe $2,000 on it.
You need that tax return.
And what I do is, every time I get paid, I put $200 in the overdraft line of credit. And then I'm like, next month, another $200. Then next month, another $200. And then it's going to be paid off. Yeah. And I'm going to have that full line of credit again. Got $179 in there right now, and I can guarantee you it's going to be back down to zero again by the end of this month. I can't have money. It's crazy how bad I am with it.
It seems stupid to have it because tomorrow isn't a guarantee, so I'd hate for this to go unspent, you know?
Right. It's just, I can't, like, when it's there, it's like, I want to go out to eat. And, like, I know I shouldn't go out to eat very much, but in my mind, it's like so justified. Like, I deserve to go out to eat, right? I deserve this. I don't have to do dishes. I don't want to do the dishes. You know, my wife's been working all day. I got to work today. I got this. I got that. I deserve this. I'm going to go do this. Go out to eat. And that's what really eats all my money away.
Yeah.
Is eating out.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just so stupid. Yeah. I just spent $70 on tacos tonight.
Oh, God. That's... Oh, what are you doing?
I don't fucking know. Last week
and you complained about how much you hated them.
Right, and last week I spent $90 on Indian food, and then had to get an advance.
You're not supposed to do that.
From my pay for this month because I just fucking can't not do it. I don't. I first of all, I thought Indian food was cheap. Okay,
it is.
It's not. Not if you go to the fancy Indian place that I went and ate at.
It should be $10 to $13 a person.
That's not what it was. It was $70.
And you can share them usually too.
Okay. Well, I screwed up.
And not everyone should get an order of bread.
I got 3 for myself.
No.
I got 3 breads for me. I got 3 garlic naans for me.
Wrong.
I'm eating Indian food like an American. I'm sorry, okay? It's delicious.
You know what? Actually, me and my wife had a good conversation about this, and it made me feel good because we're spending recklessly on Christmas stuff, and then we had this, we just had this huge, really adult conversation about saving money in 2019 for what we're doing and all this, and then we remembered we had to throw this New Year's Eve party. And I went to the store and I brought home all these bags of groceries worth of shit that we bought. And she was like, how much did you spend? And I was like, an outrageous amount. And she's like, I love that you do that. So she's down too, you know. Like it's not like I'm spending the money and she regrets it, you know.
It's funny because every now and then you're like, you feel guilty.
You do.
And you're like, I shouldn't be doing this.
But yeah.
And then my wife will be like, we gotta cut this shit out. You know, we can't do this every night. We can't eat at Harvey and Ed's. We have to go eat at a place that's a cheap deli. That is like if we went out to eat to places like Chipotle, it's still $30.
Yeah.
But that is more manageable than when you go and sit down at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But I fucking love sitting down at restaurants, dude. I love it. It's one of my favorite things.
I agree.
I mean, with my wife. Like, I don't want to go sit with other people. So, anyway. The OPM is advising them to contact creditors to negotiate lower payments until the shutdown ends and their pay is restored, but tells them to contact a personal attorney for personal financial advice. How workers will pay for that attorney when they are not collecting a salary, however, the agency did not say. It also suggested federal workers contact creditors over the phone, saying just sending a letter may not be very effective. Well, buddy, I'll tell you something else. Making a phone call isn't going to be effective either. There's not anything you can do. They have you, man.
Yeah, there's a contract, and usually most financial contracts, they make more money if you default. Or don't do it, right? I mean, the best part about doing contracts is when someone doesn't get, you get guaranteed money. You can write that shit off.
Well, and let's talk about, like, the bartering service thing.
Yeah,
like,
that's
there's
weird.
not a landlord that wants you to do carpentry in your house if you're some bureaucrat in the government.
No,
it's like, can I trade this service with you? Like,
no.
I'm like, no. I just can't ever picture a time where... I don't know what world they're living in where landlords are like these classically very easy people to deal with, but like none of them are. No. And I'm going to tell you the truth. And this is something that like, I'm afraid of my fucking landlord. I think of my landlord like I think like he's my dad. I really do. Like sometimes I'll be like, I think Rick is disappointed in me and I feel real bad about that. And it's like,
he can get you in big trouble.
Right. Well, it's like the tub clogs all the time, right? Uh-huh. And he's always telling us this and this about hair or whatever. And I'm like, well, I can't. My wife and kid have hair. So we're going to have to.
Right.
Like, hair is a thing that's going to happen. And I don't think that it shouldn't be able to go through the pipes. I don't think a certain amount of hair shouldn't be able to go through the pipes. If it can't, I feel those pipes are bad.
Yeah, they're clogged.
Yeah. And he'll just give me shit every time. Well, you know, their hair gets in there. And I'm like, how do I keep the hair out?
Snake it.
He snakes it. The plumbing in my place sucks.
Yeah.
It all needs replaced. I mean, one day I was just standing in my living room and like a pipe started leaking right through the ceiling. It just started leaking.
Yeah,
and I called and I was like, hey, can you come and fix this pipe? And he was like, you mind if I do it tomorrow? It's like, I guess not. It looks like the ceiling's going to fall in.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it's just like, they don't, landlords, I've never had one that will work on the house while you live there. Like, I've never had one where it wasn't like pulling teeth to get them to come to my house and do something. I remember I had this apartment before this one, and the cabinets were these like really big, they're like just these huge old cabinets, right? Like the cheapest, oldest cabinets. And they were leaning forward, right? So they had come off of the wall, whatever was holding them onto the wall, and they were leaning forward a little more every day for a while. And we kept calling and talking. I had a kid. It was when Gwen was a little kid, and we thought the cabinets were just going to straight up fall on her and kill her.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And it was just like, it took me 2 months to get them to come out. The thing was almost falling off of the thing. And they're like, ask the landlord if you can make renovations to your apartment. They don't fucking let you do that.
Right.
They don't let you paint. They don't, and if you do paint, a lot of times they'll yell at you for it. They're not going to let you, like, what bartering can you really do? What do you have in the relationship that you're in with a landlord, the person that owns the house that you live in? What do you have to negotiate with at all? You know, if not money. Money is your only thing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's pretty wild. Let's see if we can find like some of the let's look at some of the suggestions for we can look at their tweet for the form letter that you can send to your creditor. Let's see what that looks like. How's that sound? Cool. All right, we're going to bring up this form letter. Yeah. We're going to take a look at it.
I do want to say, you can, the courts, you can take your landlord to court and you can put your rent in escrow if you have problems. You definitely have lots of stuff you can do to be a pain in the ass to your landlord.
That would be cool. I should do escrow.
Shouldn't be so defeatist about it.
I'm defeatist about it, but I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, because you think your landlord's your fucking dad. You
I
need to get
fucking
that
really do, dude.
Over with.
You don't think like, you don't...
No, that's not my dad. That's
like,
the motherfucker that owns the place.
Is he the most
He's just
person...
good with money. It's just somebody that's good, better with money than I am.
Is he the most person that can get you in trouble, though? Okay, here's the sample letters,
You can't do shit to me, man. I'll get another place.
Here. I feel like I can't, though. I feel like my place is uniquely able for me to afford. Right. I would, I need my place.
Shitty landlord and all.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there for 8 months.
Well,
I like the landlord as a human being.
That doesn't. No. You need someone that's attentive to the place you fucking live in.
I think he's nice.
No, you need to get someone that like listens and takes care of the place.
I hooked him up with a little bit of kratom one time, and he like left, and he came back like 2 months later to snake my drain again, and he was like, that kratom, man, it made me throw up. I got wobbly and stuff. So I called him and asked him if it had salmonella in it. And I'm like, leave the goddamn kratom people alone. Wow. God damn it, dude. Wow. Why did I turn you on to this? Only a landlord would do that.
But we know somebody that they fucking had a college house they lived in. They were like 20 or whatever. And the landlord kept the whole security deposit on him, and they got the whole thing back to order. There was nothing broken or wrong with it. They took him to court and got the whole security deposit back.
Yeah. How? Like small
just
claims
being
court?
Fucking bureaucratic and needly about shit.
That's badass. That's like why we
filling out paperwork.
Yeah, that's like why we like sovereign citizens.
Yeah, you just need people that can fill out paperwork.
Well, people that are willing to go the extra mile.
Yeah.
To really stick it to somebody that has power over them.
Sure.
That's what you really need. You need those guts to do that. You know?
Just have the right thing.
Yeah.
You just have to fight for it.
I don't have those guts, dude. I just don't have those guts. Let's look at that. They're just telling them to write letters to them. Let's read the sample letter. Dear name of company or individual with whom you have spoken. This is to confirm our conversation of, and then it says the date, in which we discussed a temporary reduction in my monthly payment. Oh my God. This is just, as we discussed, I'm a federal employee who has recently been furloughed due to a lack of funding of my agency. Because of this, my income has been severely cut and I'm unable to pay the entire cost of my monthly payments along with my other expenses. As we had agreed in our conversation, I will be able to make regular payments in the amount of, and then it has the blank. I realize that I will be responsible to pay the remainder of the payments, and when I return to work, I will contact you immediately to work out a plan to take care of the reduced payments. I will also keep in touch with you to keep you informed about my income status. I appreciate your willingness to work with me and your understanding during this difficult time. There's so much in there that is like, first of all, it's like, I will pay you an amount, which I don't have because I'm not getting paid at all. I'm not getting money. I'm not getting any of it.
It's a big assumption.
Yeah, that you would even be able to pay $100 a month. Where am I going to get that? Where would I get that money?
Well, at your age, you're supposed to have 3 times your wage in savings.
That's true. I'd dip into my $70,000 in savings right now and just
coast for a little bit. Coast for 7 days. Ride these 7 days out.
I wonder how many people that listen to Street Fight have savings.
I mean, there's a few of them, I'm sure.
100? Do you think 100 people that listen to Street Fight have savings?
Yes, I have.
200?
I have a savings.
200?
Yeah.
A savings account with money in it.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Who?
Do they have $1,000 in a savings
account?
account?
I don't think that. Yes, they do.
200 people that listen?
Yes.
1,000 people
you get
that
the
listen.
Name?
I want 1,000 people who listen.
Reveal yourself.
If
to Brian,
I need 1,000 people to tell me they have $1,000 in the bank, and I will be pretty. I'll be pretty shocked. Here's another sample letter to a mortgage company. Dear name of company or individual with whom you have spoken. This is to confirm our conversation of date in which we discussed a temporary reduction in my mortgage payment. And then it goes on to explain. It's the same letter, but just to a mortgage company. So yeah, these people are truly fucked now. And it's like really a good... for me, it's like a really... like an indicator of like how out of touch these government... the people that run the government are, that they think that this is... like, this isn't okay. This is 100%
Countrywide
terrible.
Mortgage does not want a piece of fucking paper. They want money.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just... you got to pay those people. I don't care if the money's been frozen.
And maybe if they do have a hardship program, maybe they do. They'll offer that to you, but I don't think the letter's going to change what they would have done, you know?
No, because they always have...
and usually, we used to always tell people, you got to go in default before we can help you. Well, I used to have people that would call our department when I worked at Discover Card, and we couldn't do anything to help them until they owed us money. Then we could do all kinds of weird shit, you know, get rid of interest and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. God, why is everything open so slow? Yeah, so this guy's talking. I'm trying to find who the guy was that said he highly doubts. So yeah, I can't find that guy. I wish I would have. Oh, here it is. This is from The Hill. Let's get into this. So this GOP lawmaker, this is Representative Scott Perry, R. Pennsylvania, he's a Pennsylvania man, said a government shutdown would not truly impact employees and scoffed at the idea that a federal worker would need their next paycheck to make ends meet.
This is where your carefree spirit gets
now that we
kicked.
got sound, it's just a big problem. Who's living that they're not going to make it to the next paycheck? He asked political reporter Sarah Ferris. Why are government employees so sacrosanct? Private sector employees deal with this all the time. The government's not immune to these things, he added. That is what he said. He actually just said, who is living that they're not going to make it to their next paycheck? Me, motherfucker. I can't make it to my next I never am living that way. So,
federal employees are getting paid, dude.
Not all of them are. You
Sure.
think all the federal employees, like the janitors and shit that work at these places are making that kind of, like, that's the problem. Yeah, there are a lot of
it says they get 50% more than the private workforce does.
Yeah, I mean, they do make money, but there are also people who like do the lower end jobs for the federal government that aren't making that kind of money. And even if you're making, I mean, if say you live in DC and you're making $85,000 a year and you have college student loans and you live in DC and you're also not getting paid, you're
fucked.
They say $85,000, an average of $85,000 does sound like a lot of money to me in Ohio, but I have left the state now. And I like to report to people that it's not a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, this guy, Capitol Hill, yeah. A 2017 survey found that 78% of full-time workers live paycheck to paycheck, with 56% saying they were overwhelmed by debt. There was no differentiation for federal employees. The House passed a government funding plan that includes $5 billion for a border wall, a piece of legislation that is meant to appease the president's key immigration demand, but is likely dead on arrival in the Senate, leaving both ends of Pennsylvania Avenue without a backup plan. The three-term congressman barely survived the midterm cycle after Pennsylvania faced widespread redistricting, holding off a Democratic challenger by only 2 points. So, I think before we leave here, I think that, like, these guys are fighting without any concern for the people that, because a lot of these Republicans probably don't care about the employees, really. I mean, that's for real. But even these Democrats, I don't think they think of this in terms of, like, these are real humans that have jobs and families.
They don't understand what, regular daily life is like for people.
Right. And if you're a politician and you're not making any money, if you're a politician, I'm sure the Senate's paycheck isn't frozen. I'm not 100% sure of that.
They've got savings. They've got 3 times their salary in savings.
Well, they probably got more than I'll just go give a speech at Goldman Sachs or something, because they're allowed to do that stuff too.
Yeah.
You go give a quick I'll just go give a quick speech. So I don't know. I feel for you. If you're a federal worker and you listen to this show, I feel for you. That sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's real tough
such
thing.
a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're supposed to fucking do.
I hope I hate the government, but I'm hoping to open the goddamn thing back up soon.
Yeah.
I think that's that's where we'll leave it. Like, let's pay these people. Why isn't there a thing in place for situations like this?
I don't understand how it happens.
Yeah, why can't the checks just come like they do every week? Why can't the direct deposits just happen? Just keep happening. Where's the, like, thing? If they needed a new missile, that would
definitely be money
done
for that,
immediately. If the police needed a new fucking tank, that would be done immediately.
True.
But for this, it's like, where are we going to get this money? Where's the money coming from? There's fucking money. There's always money. They can always make more money. Just print it up, man. It's just numbers in a computer now, baby. Just give them the money.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing. And it's so weird that these again, like this guy saying who's living paycheck to paycheck when it's like, almost everybody.
I mean, everybody, especially if you did go to school for a while, you're going to be living like that till you're 40.
I mean, if you went to college.
Yeah.
If you didn't go to school, you're fucked. And if you did go to school, you're fucked. There's no real, because if you didn't go to school, you're not, I mean, unless you got into programming or something.
Or podcasting.
Yes, I make better money now, but it's like.
Well, you went to school, though.
I did. It was stupid. It was a bad mistake that I made, going to school like 5 years before this thing happened. So I think that's it. I think we're gonna head out to Seattle now and do a live show. How's that sound?
Yeah, this Saturday, Seattle, Washington, we're coming to the Clock Out Lounge. It's gonna be huge. A few hundred people are gonna be there. It's gonna be a fucking awesome show. Can't wait to jump into it and get everything going. If you want more Street Fight Radio, you want to support Street Fight Radio, head over to patreon.com. That's the hub for information and bonus content. Patreon.com/Street Fight Radio. If you want to get the shirts, we got the Lonnie Tunes shirt. We got the Gumball shirt. Those are available at store.streetfightradio.com. And that is it for now. Please come see us if you're on the West Coast. Convince your friends to come see us. When we do live shows, it's not inside jokes. Everybody can have a good time. We're ready to spread this mess across the U.S. We're going to get some extra video and content and figure out a way to get it to you as it's happening. It's going to be a new chapter for Street Fight as we continue to flatten all the hierarchies on this flat earth. We will see you on Sunday? Not Sunday.
The call-in show isn't happening this
2
week.
weeks.
You'll hear from us, I'm sure. We'll make sure you hear from us. But I want to say, like, this year, we're planning on being on the road a lot. And we're going to do a lot of live shows. And there's going to be a lot more streaming. And we got some cool shit coming up. I mean, I can safely say that there's at least Texas and New York happening in the next few months.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there could be other stuff we're talking about. I mean, just as like a beginning of the year thing, this is the first show in the new year. And like we make goals every sort of year about touring and money and stuff like that. And this year, like I want to interview, there's people I want to interview this year that I'm hoping can happen. And I want to finish this tour up, right? I want to hit all the cities we haven't hit yet and then start over again. And we want to tour with other people, and it's going to be a fucking cool year. This is going to be a big year for Street Fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Peace.